In an awesome twist of fate, Final Fantasy XI Remake, Remaster, R2, whatever you want to call it, coming out of Nexeon, we'll talk about it, it looks like might be coming to consoles. So there is some news that's coming out of Twinfinite this weekend, and honestly, it has me quite excited. So let's just dive in and say, what's up, Workforce? Welcome to Work to Game. My name's Brian, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy XI Remake, Remaster, and its potential future coming back to consoles and what this could mean for the MMO landscape overall. We've seen a lot of promising things, and honestly, it's been the number one thing that I've wanted to see when it comes to Final Fantasy XI, especially any kind of remake. Obviously, being Nexeon puts up kind of a couple red flags, but we don't need to knock it. We don't need to worry about it because it's still probably a while away. We can always root for the best, and so let's talk about it. Anyhow, so this article coming out of Twinfinite I think is very important to break down the information that we've got, and I wish I had some Final Fantasy XI remake footage, but since we don't really know. We do know that it's built in Unreal, and I want to dive into what the article is saying, what we can hopefully hope for from this article. Get your thoughts obviously in the comments below, and pray for more Final Fantasy XI news. As somebody who this is my first MMO, and seeing that they're working on what was formerly Final Fantasy XI Mobile, now R squared, which has that designation of mobile. Not that that can be completely bad, but my number one thing out of all of this is not mobile only, mobile plus, not an emulator. Just let it run on my PC, just bring it to Switch, just bring it to consoles. So what does the article say? It says Nexeon recently hosted a financial conference for its investors and analysts that provided some interesting information about its upcoming games and its business, including a snippet from the upcoming Final Fantasy XI mobile reboot codenamed Final Fantasy XIR. First of all, for those of you who've been wondering, Final Fantasy XIR is still in the works. Praise Hydaelyn. I don't know. Praise the 12. Praise the crystal. All right, sweet. So it's that as it's showcased at the publisher's pipeline, but it doesn't appear among the games that will release in 2020. Ugh! Chuck, how does that make you feel, bud? I think Chuck's disappointed. Anyway, so you could see the future of the pipeline below, but the games are planned for 2020 in the second slide. And then, incidentally, it also confirms that Final Fantasy XI R should be coming to the West. Yay! Bring it here. Just not horribly microtransactioned and player adversarial. Anyway, so we hear that Nexeon's been resetting its strategic pillars of its global business and based off of 4 tenets. The first is focusing on a portfolio of fewer but bigger fully online multiplayer games and virtual worlds. The second is enabling them to be played beyond multiple hardware platforms, PCs, consoles, mobiles. Thank you. Yeah. Then the third is leveraging the company's substantial IP portfolio to generate long-lasting games with significant recurring revenue. That's a solid business plan. So then the fourth is pacing out bets and appropriate with new IP the company believes are really special. For example, some of this new IP is the acquisition of Embark Studios, and products based around these 4 tenets will start rolling out in 2020. Speaking of this new game by Embark, Nexeon will talk a lot more about it later this year. It's a multiplayer co-op game, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Nexeon, Japan, China, Final Fantasy. All right. So what can we infer from this? Final Fantasy XI Mobile R is still in the works. It is not coming out in 2020. Okay. That's kind of good. I got a lot of games that I want to play. Obviously, the fact that this is their new tenet and this new pillar, this could bring Final Fantasy XI back to consoles. That's fine if it runs on mobile. It's fine as long as it's not only mobile. Now the question is when we talk about how are we going to pay for this? How is it going to be supported? Well, Final Fantasy XI is beloved. And we're going to see some interesting things coming out of Final Fantasy VII Remake this year. It is a beloved game. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy XI. These things hold special places in everybody's hearts, mine included. And there's always a risk when it comes to it, and you could end up making it worse. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. Hopefully we're going to see forever just like, yes, this is what the evolution needs to be. But depending on where you sit in the aisle, like everybody's going to have a different perspective of that. So however you feel, like I'd love to know your thoughts, obviously in the comments below, or hit us up on Discord. Obviously link is in the description below as well. Love to know your thoughts about Final Fantasy XI and what you want to see from a remake. I hear typically the 75 classic gameplay. I also hear more accessibility, being able to jump in and play wherever you are. And that's where I think mobile has a strength. I'm not a mobile gamer. I'm not going to play mobile games. But the fact that they're talking about this coming to console, or the new pillars of their strategy coming to console, is really exciting. Nexeon, I think, is always something that people are going to be concerned about, rightfully so, because of just their history. But that doesn't necessarily need to define the future, and that doesn't need to define the quality that Square Enix has probably, hopefully, put on this product and this IP alone. It is a Final Fantasy numbered game after all, and nobody, I think, at Square Enix wants to sit here and kind of feel like it's just a second-class citizen at the end of the day. Obviously, in other news, we know that the Final Fantasy XI fan gathering event got canceled, but they are also working on something for its 20th anniversary. So hopefully you, me, the world can experience this game the way that it was meant to be played, maybe with 4K support, because it doesn't support 4K right now, and only if it did. Those are my thoughts. These are my hopes and my dreams, and we'll keep you updated here at Work to Game as these stories develop and as we get information regarding it. If you feel like we've earned your subscription, hit that subscribe button, come back for more videos and content, and always feel free to engage with us in the comments, on Discord, on Twitter. We look forward to hearing from you, and we love talking with you about video games. It's going to be a really cool year this year. I've got a lot of hope and excitement, and yeah, let's talk about it. So anyway, for Work to Game, my name's Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
$100 billion.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that if you're new here, you hit that subscribe button, you come back for more. I hope you hit that like button, that share button, that alpha button, that omega button. If you haven't seen that omega button on YouTube, I'd be very careful about pressing it. Only do it under dire circumstances, but you won't regret it.